Hi, welcome to Infusion Health, the podcast. I'm comedian Chris Patrick, a.k.a. self-proclaimed Power Man, and I'm here with my co-host and significant other, Rach.
Hey, guys.
Now, today, we once again, we have the pleasure of having Mariela back on the show.
Hi there.
Now, Mariela, we know you got lots of certifications, but today what we're going to talk most about is Reiki massage. So, Mariela, can you tell us exactly what is Reiki massage? Because from what I understand, it's not like, you take your shirt off or you take your clothes and, you get, pressing into the muscles and all that and massaging and rubbing the body. What exactly does Reiki massage entail?
All right. Well, hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for asking me again. I have to correct you. I'm sorry for that, but it's not a massage, but we just say Reiki healing or Reiki.
Reiki healing.
Right. Okay. And because we don't manipulate bones or tissues, it's really about energy, bringing energy in the body, and we're not, using acupressure points or things like that. Sorry for that, you guys.
She got a text from a client.
Probably. So that's kind of the basics. Really.
Okay, so it's not like you lay down and you, like I said, you push the muscles or you.
No,
but it's okay.
It's more of energy.
It's more of energy. So somebody lays down and
don't necessarily have to lay down either.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing even like really quick sessions, like people just sit on a chair and I'll do like maybe about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
In general, what we do is when we give Reiki, we first make sure that we breathe as Reiki practitioners, and I always ask the client to breathe first.
So just relax and breathe.
Yeah, exactly, and to really kind of arrive in the in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do is I always have like nice candles on, a little bit of incense, nice music, and people relax in that way too. And then I'll start, using hand positions on the body. Some people don't want it on the body, but they will have like energy coming through. I'll have energy coming through my hands, and that will go into the body, especially the point, the place where I'm at. But in general, Reiki will go pretty much everywhere, and especially sometimes where it's really needed.
Sure.
So where some places like it's really needed? Yeah.
In general, I have the experience that a lot of people need a lot of energy on the head.
Okay.
Because we're always, busy bees. We're thinking a lot. We don't really take the time to just breathe and relax. So that's the most intense place. And how I can feel it is when I feel that really heat coming through my hands, and it comes through my, my crown chakra, you call it, in the crown, at the top of my head. And that's how the energy comes in and will just, spread itself into the body. So I'm really just like a channel, like a funnel. So I don't really do anything. I'll just make sure that I'm concentrated and I'm totally 100% with you and with your body, your spiritual body, your mental body, etc. But that's how I start.
For myself, you started working on me when I had just had neuropathy come to me from my varicose vein surgery.
Right. Yeah.
So tell us. So tell them what it was like, Rach.
She put healing hands over me, so it wasn't like putting hands on top of me and like working the muscle and stuff like that. It was more of energy working through my body, and it was just pushing that energy out of me and just a relaxing calm.
Right. Yeah. It kind of, what they say is, and again, I'm just being very humble here. It's just whatever your body needs and your spirit needs and your soul needs in that point of time, that's what you'll get. So sometimes it's like you need total relaxation, or sometimes it's the pain that is going to be, taken away, or even like emptying your mind. So there's all kinds of things happening, and it's exactly, I trust that source or God or, the universe knows exactly in the Reiki energy, knows exactly what to do and just goes. And the interesting thing is that it's obvious that I'm not in charge, because sometimes I have my hands on the back of their head and they're saying like, oh, it feels like you're on my lower back, even though they know, I'm on their head or underneath their head. And so again, it's like another proof, like, it just goes, and that's where she had pain, the lower back. So I just know that it goes, where it's needed.
So when you're talking about this energy, like, are you talking positive energy, negative energy? And how does one achieve negative energy? I know, like, through life, like you had a bad day at work, you had this, you go home, your spouse is yelling at you, screaming at you, and you're absorbing all this negative energy.
Right.
Are you talking that? Are you talking like through life traumas or?
Well, in general, you can see energy as neutral. The Reiki energy, you can kind of see it as a positive energy because it's, healing energy. So I personally don't use it as, negative energy.
Sure.
But what people really experience is just that total peace of mind and total relaxation. And talking about the negative part, sometimes when there's so much stuck in the body, sometimes if they would have pain somewhere, sometimes the energy will get worse. The pain will get worse, but eventually it will go away. So even though there's negative, stagnant energy, stuck in the body, that's how Reiki will take care of that. But in general, negative energy, like you're saying, when you have a bad day, you kind of start off wrong. That's kind of, normal for everybody, every human being that is here. But you can reprogram that and just say, like, okay, I start wrong. Let me just breathe for a second. Let's just recreate my day. And this is what I would like to experience. And let's go from there. And if you still see, like somebody's starting to scream at you, you just, again, bring it back. Say, no, universe, God, source, please, I don't want this. Let's get this going and let's have a great day.
What about people like who suffer from like traumas, like childhood trauma or PTSD, which we've done shows on, stuff like that? How does it help people like that?
Well, I have to say I have at least 2 regulars that are coming, and one of them has PTSD, and the other one has trauma because of the war, etc. Being a military person. So they have been saying that it really, really helps their anxiety.
Sure.
It helps them sleep better. It helps them totally relax. It helps them to, make better steps towards their own health. So they start eating healthier. They start, going to bed earlier, maybe less TV. So that's what they've been sharing with me.
So after a session, you always say drink water because it's like a natural conductor after all that's been pent up in you, right?
Right, exactly.
Well, that's one of the things too with regular massage too. They tell you to drink water after you're done.
And it makes sense, when somebody is manipulating your body in a certain way, it makes sense that you need to, keep that flow going. And whatever kind of toxins are built up in your body, that's what needs to be released. And that for sure goes very well with water.
So when should one receive Reiki? I mean, like you said, you got regulars coming. I mean, they do you do it like once a week or 3 times a week, or is it like 3 times and we're done and once a year?
Right. Sometimes people just come into experiences because they're curious, and that's fine for me. I'm very happy to do that. But there are people that really need it like once a week. So I have, like I said, regulars can come at once a week. I have people coming once a month. It kind of depends what you feel you need, and Reiki will always go where it's needed. So even though you think you're pretty good, there's always maybe a spot in your body that needs some healing and some attention. Yeah.
So for our listeners, people in the Western world are like, oh, a doctor went to school for this, and I see that you brought a book with you. You want to share how you got this knowledge?
Yeah, sure. So in the year 2000, so that's a while ago, 22 years ago.
22 years ago.
It's like I'm talking about ancient medieval times.
Well, can we let the listeners know you're what would they call a Reiki practitioner, right?
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because you also have the name Reiki Master. I am not.
Okay.
Because a Reiki practitioner has 2 degrees that they receive.
Okay.
And what do you got to do to become a Reiki Master?
Reiki Master, you'll have to do a couple of more degrees.
Okay.
And it's learning to be a teacher, but also being able to initiate other people because that's how it goes, the Reiki initiation.
Okay.
So the Reiki first degree, what I had was really working on yourself, learning the hand positions, what is energy, etc., and practicing on each other. And then Reiki second degree, what I learned is Reiki on a distance, but also using Reiki for, let's say, difficult moments or, when somebody goes in surgery and send them, positive energy and healing after and before. And I've learned it in the Netherlands where I'm originally from. So he taught me Reiki. He initiated me. That's how you get, in your aura, you get the symbols blown in because you use symbols.
So you're saying
during Reiki sessions.
You learned this in the Netherlands?
Yes,
Okay.
I did. But you can learn it pretty much everywhere. And I mean, I see nowadays also, courses online and, everybody does it differently. But I think in general, the people who want to learn Reiki are, the ones that just want to give from their heart. And that's the most important thing.
Sure. Yeah.
So let's go back to the book. Rachel's asking you about the book.
Yeah, sure. There are many, many books out there, and they even describe, all kinds of symbols. But one of the quite complete, easy book to read is called The Reiki, A Torch in Daylight, and it's written by Karen Mitchell, PhD.
Okay.
And she kind of describes, what you're going to experience when you are going to be initiated and what is, going with it, like the rules, etc. Yeah.
Well, you say initiate.
Yeah, initiation. Yeah, it's kind of, you don't have, you get certificate, but initiation is really, getting and receiving the knowledge, but energetically, you're also in a way being opened up. So you receive symbols in your aura.
Okay.
And it really, first transforms you. And then after that, of course, you're open enough to let the energy come through. Sure. And that's how you can give, to other people.
Yeah, so it's basically like, you're taking that negative, positive energy and taking that out of them. But you're also, because a lot of people, like I said before, a lot of people think that, I got to lay down, I got to take my shirt off, she's going to rub my back and all that. And you don't do that. You basically place your hands around without touching.
With or without. Most people like it on the body.
But I think what you're trying to say is not deep tissue.
Yeah, it's not deep tissue.
Right, exactly.
Not deep
Yeah,
tissue.
it's no massage at all.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and what they experience in general is like, and some people can even feel it when there's a lot of energy needed. It's like my hands are glued and my hands are really hot. So, and people love that, and they even sense it when I take my hands off. So when I go to a different spot, even some people feel like, oh my God, no, don't do that. Keep that flow going.
And keeping, I know when I was doing it with you, having that open communication.
Exactly.
Not being afraid to be able to tell your person, I still need you in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
What was some stuff she was asking you, or you were telling her when you were going through it, Rach?
When I was starting to feel the healing in my leg, a lot of people don't understand that sometimes when you can get that pain out of that source, some other parts in your body might be calling to you and saying, I need some healing here too. So don't be afraid to tell whoever's doing energy on you, I might need a little healing over here
Exactly.
too.
Yeah. And sometimes, when people say, I have a headache, sometimes the headache comes from your stomach, you see, or it does come from too much thinking or too much stress, But I always do ask, before I start, are there any spots that you want me to, attend more and give more attention? Because I want people to be happy. And a lot of times people are walking away pain-free. So that's definitely one of my goals there.
Also, to the listeners out there, somebody listening, well, I got a back pain and she's not going to touch me and all that. How is that going to heal me? She's not going to go into the tissues or anything like that. But how is that going to heal me?
Right. Well, first thing is you need to be open to receive. And if you think it's not going to work, then it won't work. But I do have to say, when I had a couple of, let's say, beginner Reiki clients, they said they were flabbergasted what they felt. And they thought they were very skeptic. but they said, oh my God, I know now that it exists. So number one, you have to be curious, you have to be open, but yet you also have to be able to receive and know that it works. You know?
Yep.
So you got to be able to be, like you said, be open and be be worthy or mindful of that.
Exactly.
This is going to happen or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep.
And let that energy and kind of be willing to let that energy go, you know. And so what about people who do take this energy and just build it up over years and years and years?
I have to say my regulars who have been coming, they have been having a more balanced lifestyle, less pain, and I can sense like the first time that I was giving a Reiki session that I was like very hot all the time. It's kind of like a big hot flash for an hour.
That's a good point. What do you do as the healer?
Yeah.
What do you do as the healer to after like detox yourself?
Right. I have to say, like, thank God now the regulars it's more balanced out, but I still once in a while get it. But what I do in general, I do prepare before, I give a Reiki session. So I do say, hey, I'm open and let me, connect with the spirit and let me just give whatever I need to give. And then I'll have the session. And in between sessions, I always also bring in fresh air into the room.
Okay.
And clean it out with, incense and stuff. And I do, again, lots of water that I drink in between
A lot
sessions.
of water.
Yes. And, clearing your own mind. So not even checking my phone if there are new messages, just staying in that peaceful state, not getting upset because, maybe somebody's bugging me or,
And that's the thing. And that's the thing too. So who should try a Reiki session? What people are out there to try? Because you may have listeners out there go, well, I don't think this is for me. I
would think anybody that's willing to try, even the negative Nancy's.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who's open and curious, I would say try it out. But, nowadays, Western medicine is not always giving the people what they need.
Yeah.
And sometimes alternative medicine, what they call Reiki alternative medicine, that's maybe for the people, too, that want to try a different way of healing. And, of course, not only do I do Reiki sessions, but I also can, explain to you what is important to take for vitamins and minerals. But what about meditation? Because I'm a meditation teacher too. So I kind of, when they do get a Reiki session, I do sometimes give them some tips to make, create a better life and feel better and have a happier, healthier life.
Yep.
Well, have you ever done Reiki on somebody who has alcohol problem or drug problem or anything like that? Or?
Yeah, I had one person before and I had this person twice. And it was very interesting to observe, let's say, kind of chaotic energy going around. So I really needed to stay grounded because, as an empath and as a Reiki practitioner, you feel a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's okay, just even though it's chaotic and it feels really different than, the main, the average person, I just need to stay grounded. So, and then, again, after, refresh the room and drink water.
Absolutely.
But, he got from it or she got from it, whatever was needed.
How did it go as far as her, as far as their problems, as far as their drug problems or addiction? I
think they're in a better place, but I only had this person twice, so I couldn't really say. It was quite a while ago, but that's what I can describe as, chaotic energy that you can really feel how somebody is out of whack, let's say.
Yeah. Well, I have to say with anybody with addiction, Reiki, any energy, any therapy, you got to put in the work.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be Reiki's going to heal you. It's not going to be just therapy that's going to heal you. It's going to be a process that's going to heal you.
I love you say that, Rachel. That is so incredibly important. You cannot just, this is kind of like you're giving your power away. You're saying like, that's the person that is going to heal me. It's like, no, this is something we do together. We connect.
It's a vehicle.
Exactly.
It's a vehicle to the healing.
Right.
know?
And that's why, I give tips if I feel people are open for it. And sometimes during the session, I will get messages or I will feel that certain things are so hot. So then I'll ask them like, hey, did something happen with your lower back, or did something happen with your knees? And then they explain to me what has been happening lately.
Sure.
It's like, okay, cool. Maybe you want to give that more attention, and maybe you can, use some essential oil, right?
Yeah, love my oils.
Exactly, your oils. I remember your beautiful oils, Rachel.
Oh my goodness, I used my oils for my hour MRI today.
Oh, okay. Right? Very much needed.
Oh my goodness,
I can
yes.
imagine.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that peppermint oil really works. Huh?
No, I use Adaptive and the Hoogie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from doTERRA. So
Yes, the doTERRA oils are great.
yes.
So when you're doing Reiki, should you come like once a week, 3 or 4 times a week?
I would say if you would try it for the first time, I would still book at least 3. At least 3. So you can really get a feel, because every session is different.
And that's once a week?
That I would do that once a week, yes, the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, because like we've said before, is that some people have this energy from things in their life and stuff like that, and traumas and stuff like that maybe trying something like this would help, as far as instead of going to like you were talking about Western medicine, instead of going and getting these drugs or antidepressant drugs and stuff like that, how to be more healthy, more less drug free and more healthy and more holistic approach to it.
Right.
I don't want to say less drug free. Use them in the right way.
Yeah.
Because this podcast is still trying to pair the two together, but use them in the right way and not overuse pharmaceuticals. That's what I want to say.
And to kind of explain to our listeners too, Reiki has nothing to do with religion. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just, I kind of describe it too. It's like a mom that, giving TLC to her kid. When her kid falls, he has an owie, and then mom puts her hand on his knee, and then the pain is gone.
Beautiful.
So I see Reiki the same way.
Yeah.
And everybody can do it. I've seen people
A
doing
love
it.
touch.
Yeah.
Everybody could do it. The only thing, it's nice when you have certain kind of rules and boundaries and understanding.
Yeah.
But I've seen people having beautiful, loving touches that took my pain away.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh my God, you only have to do it this way. You know?
And Reiki means I forget.
Yeah. Rai is Rai, so that's part of the word. Rai.
Okay.
Is God's wisdom or higher power.
Okay.
And Ki is energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see? So it's a beautiful description of what Reiki healing really is. Again, not connected with any religion.
Yeah, like she was saying, it's not for religion, or it's not connected to any religion, because a lot of people think, well, if I got to take yoga, I got to do this. And well, they say, because this happened a few years ago, I guess, Catholic school or something like that wanted to put yoga in, and they said, well, they have to say namaste, and namaste means the God in me sees the God in you. It has nothing to do with religion. It's just a practice, just a stretching. It's more or less an exercise.
Yeah. In my yoga lesson, I do not use those words, and I don't chant, even though they taught me that I have to chant before and after, and those are Hinduistic, chants. And it's like, no, when I give yoga lessons, it's like all clean, clear, basic, no religion involved at all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not even namaste.
No, not even namaste. Well, in the sun salutation, we do that gesture of namaste, like greeting each other.
Yeah.
But, I explain it to people, but it's not like we having lots of emphasis on it. And again, every yoga teacher is different, and that's okay. But that's how I want to do it, because I would like to attract more people, who are sensitive for that, and they can be totally themselves with me.
Yes, more or less.
Right.
Yeah.
So where do you plan on going as far as now? So you're a Reiki practitioner. You plan on becoming a Reiki master? Are you in line to become a Reiki master?
Right now, I have been having occasions that I've been thinking about it, but for some reason, not yet.
Okay.
I've been doing other practices that are really, bringing up my energy and elevating my consciousness.
And for our listeners, we did bring you on for the Psyche.
For the Psyche.
Yeah,
exactly.
for the Psyche. Yeah, I remember that. I think we were going through it, and then all of a sudden,
You are
I remember. Yes.
yeah. But to my listeners, we had did a session before we did the
Chris
podcast,
and Mariela did.
and halfway through it, I was kind of like, okay, it started to hit me, kind of like it wasn't like a weird feeling. It was kind of like more or less like not like a high feeling, but it was kind of like a real mellow feeling. And I was like,
Your energy.
Yeah. But it was weird because I didn't feel it at first, but then later on it just like hit me like came out like, whoa, what is
I know, yeah.
You understood my hypnotic therapy.
It did make me a little lightheaded. Like I was like, whoa, what's going on here?
And everybody reacts differently on it. And that's the body knows exactly what to do with that new information, because that's really what it is.
Yeah.
It's getting new information, it's letting go of blocks. And if you don't see energy, but you can sense it, right? That there's a change happening, then it's good, right?
Yeah.
But I understand what was going on back then.
Well, that was one of the things when you talk about listening to the body, and that's one of the things I've always said is listen to the body. And one of the good things about and I'm not trying to say COVID was a good thing, but one of the things about it is that people started feeling like, hey, I'm not feeling good, I'm staying home, because we were in such a society where it was like, go, 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 go. I got sniffles. I got this. I got to go to work. I got to do this. But one thing that COVID hit is COVID made people say, hey, stop. You need to, you need to relax. You need to go. You need to stay home. You don't go to work today. Work from home today and stuff like that.
Right.
And that was kind of a good thing, because a lot of people started being more aware. And I think when it came out, it made people a lot more aware of staying home, listening to their bodies, and not going.
I do know what you're saying. Pandemic hit us all so hard.
Yeah.
But there was some healing opportunities, and I think it really pushed the Eastern medicine holistic so far forward, where now we can see Western and Eastern starting to be paired together.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that, because, a lot of people kind of grab easily towards drugs, while when we have just some common sense, if you have the sniffles, it doesn't mean that you have COVID right away.
Yeah,
it's just like, hey, for me in the spiritual school I'm at, they call this having the sniffles being in transformation. The body is transforming. Yeah. So you just have to, like I said, use some common sense. And I've always been into natural healing. So I love the doTERRA oils and all kinds of other oils to use for my own, health. And, I always say to people too, like, just do that first. And yes, if it gets worse, then go to a doctor. But they're not asking me for advice. But if I hear they're sniffing, they're, concerned that I would get it, said, I have quite a good health, so don't worry about me.
And you still do that daily drink, right?
Yeah, I do still. Vitamins and minerals, take that daily drink, and that's really what has been keeping me very healthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's not from doTERRA. What company was that again?
Yeah, that's the Club Sparkle products, and they are all into natural vitamins and minerals, and even the minerals are very much made in a place where it's not man-made, but it really comes from the earth, from source, very much,
So people out there, you got to take control. You got to listen to your body. Mariela, and not only that, you also do, you can also do Zoom Reiki healing and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah. On a distance, they call it Reiki on a distance.
Okay.
And what I do in general, I first give them a call or Zoom, and then we'll see what kind of problems they have or what they want me to work on. And then I'll send Reiki for, depending what they pay for. In general, I'll do like about 15 minutes talking, and then 45 minutes a session, and maybe 5 minutes after.
Okay.
And to kind of check in with them and give them some advice. And if there were any, beautiful messages or other things that I noticed that I think they need to hear, that's what I will say at the end. But that's, Reiki on a distance is easy.
Okay, Mariela, it was great having you on again.
Thank you. Awesome.
if anybody out there has any questions or would like to schedule a session or have a session or even try it with Mariela, there's a way they can get contacted, email address, home address, phone number.
Yeah,
anything
drop it in and send it to me and I'll get it in the link.
Okay, yeah, it's very easy. It's my, my business name, My Joy for Life, just how you say .org, and that's where you can, find my email, all my other information. I'm also on TikTok. If you want to learn more about consciousness and breathing and
She's got some
meditation,
awesome TikToks on there.
Yeah, definitely check out her TikTok videos.
Exactly. And, just for everybody, if you want to try it, I have like special introduction prices. So it's very affordable. And people also buy packages, which is even more affordable if you want to try it more than once.
Okay, and as far as people trying it, what's the age limit? Is it can a 12-year-old?
Yeah, I have children once in a while. Yeah, totally up for it. I even had sometimes pets.
Okay.
So I did that too. So if you want to just try it out, just give me a call and connect with me.
And it's My Joy for Life.
.org.
MyForLife.
It will be in the link.
It will be in the link. It will be in the link. So definitely, I encourage you to take a session or even an intro section with Mariela and definitely try this out. Again, that's My Joy for Life. And Mariela, thanks a lot for joining us again.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And,
Anytime.
I'm going to let Rach close us out.
You guys, it's been a great one. We have actually gotten 2 Facebook pages now, so you guys can join those. On our one Facebook page, we let you guys know a little bit ahead of time what's coming. And the other one, we are letting you guys know, just a little bit more health and diversity issues. And I will drop those in the link this week because we are running out of time. So I'm going to close it out. History is born on lines of hate. On here, we are trying to build lines of love and make you guys your best advocate. If you appreciated what you heard, subscribe and leave a comment on how you appreciated us. You guys have a great one.
Take it easy.